I grew up in a very restrictive, judgmental environment. I never really experienced any kind, caring, loving feelings from my community, the schools I went to, and my family. As a child, I experienced poverty, homelessness, abuse. I was in the foster care system, and inevitably, not surprisingly, it led to me suffering from substance use disorder as well as a plethora of mental health issues as a teenager. After a suicide attempt, I ended up in Muncie, and I started going to RCC, which is where I found Hillel. And in Hillel, I was able to finally experience a kind, loving, caring environment that was non-judgmental, that allowed me to experience a kind of Judaism that made me feel like I belonged, that I was a part of, that I was in the community, that no matter what I did, I was enough. And Hillel provided that for me, and I've been, a member of Hillel for 7 years now, and it's definitely impacted my life in extremely positive ways across the board, and I feel like I am loved and a part of now.
When I first started out at RCC, I was told that I had to connect with the Hillel and the Olivers, but I didn't realize how far that connection would go. A couple years later, I found myself in a deep situation that was just spiraling out of control and down a chaotic path. And I didn't really know who to turn to, where to go, what to do. Hillel arranged for me to travel to Israel and study in Tzfat, helping me walk away from the dangerous elements that crept into my life, and helped me get to a place where I can start growing and healing. Thank God, things are going really well now. I'm in a good place, I'm growing, I'm attending Torah classes with Hillel, social events, making new friends. Looking back, I realized how scary the situation was and where it was going. I really dodged a bullet, and I'm just so grateful to have Hillel in my life.
I grew up in New Square, where everyone is expected to be the same, look the same, and have the same type of lifestyle. At a certain point, it didn't really work out for me. That's when Hillel became a big part of my life, where I got the opportunity to experience new things in life, like go hiking, camping on the mountain, Shabbatons, whatever it is, and more. Interesting that I started learning Torah again over here once a week, and the teacher is a Rebbitzin, which wouldn't have happened where I come from. Not only has Hillel become a big part of my life, I've also been able to invite friends. Together, we all really enjoy being a part of the Hillel community.
I was introduced to Hillel during a very difficult time of my life. I've been struggling with an eating disorder for many years, and I live with my dad in a one-bedroom apartment and total isolation, and my anxiety got bad and depression. And so my brother Jake suggested that I contact Hillel and reach out and see if I could connect to them. So I did just that. Hillel invited me in with open arms, and I once again felt welcomed and loved, and I was able to, come out of my shell and, just be like the fun, spunky girl that I am. I actually, at the Phillipsons on Sukkot, it was like my first real Hillel event, and Rabbi Oliver, he actually sat me down and insisted that I sit down next to this cute boy, and now 6 months later, and we're dating, and it's been really great.
So I want to tell you a funny story. I was 16 years old, fresh out of Beis Yaakov, standing at the top of the stairs in Rockland Community College, and down below me there was, I think it was a Hanukkah party going on, and I saw Rabbi Oliver down there, and he saw me, and he started up the stairs, most likely to try and persuade me to start coming to events, as he did often, and I turned around and I ran. And this is one of many stories like this, but the rabbi was persistent, and eventually he had persuaded me to start coming to events, and thank God he did. Let me tell you, my life changed on that day. Some of my best friends today I met through Hillel. Some of the events that I go to have changed my life. There are classes, there are Shabbos meals, kumditzes, there are Hanukkah parties, Purim parties. I mean, it's really totally awesome, and I have amazing friends, and we all go and we do this together. We celebrate being part of a wonderful Jewish community. We have events at the Olivers, the Hillel puts on events at Barry and Rissy. We've done so many events there, and we all get to go and be there together, and it is just amazing, and I am so grateful to them.
When I was 16 years old, I left yeshiva and joined Rockland Community College and became president of Hillel. That was an unbelievable experience. Something I learned as a Hillel member is that Hillel will be there for you during the happy times, and they will also be there for you during the sad times. For me, the toughest of times was when I was 21 and I lost my older brother to a heroin overdose. At the funeral, I had all my friends and my rabbi there supporting me through that time. And then just a couple of days later, I heard that Hillel was arranging a Shabbat meal completely dedicated to Meir's memory. And I know that it's this level of dedication and care that is going to prevent people who are going through hard times like me from ever getting anywhere close to where my brother ended up. So I don't think that I'm special in that I went through a hard time, but I think it's really special that I never had to go through it alone.
A number of years ago, I was introduced to Hillel, and it had a huge impact on my life. In fact, on the biggest day of my life, Rabbi Dov was the Masada Kedushin, and he officiated me getting married to my beautiful wife, Pessia. A couple days later, he arranged the most beautiful Shabbos Sheva brachas hosted by the Philipsons and Farkases, and we had my family from Newswear, as well as my friends from all over, be under one roof to celebrate a simcha. It was the most incredible moment in my life. I'm so grateful and glad that I'm involved with Hillel, and I'm planning to continue being part of this awesome organization until Mashiach comes.
Let me break it down for you guys. Hillel is this place that I can come to, not feel judged. Wonderful programs going on over there. I try to schlep all my friends over there. Most of them want to come because, you know, you mentioned Rabbi and good time in the same sentence, and it's hard for people to understand. But, you know, I've called Rabbi 3 in the morning. He doesn't answer, but I've called him 3 in the morning. He's an incredible guy. The food here is incredible. The programs they got going on over here. I bring my wife, my children. I can't stop coming. I can't get enough of it. You know, the people that come here are incredible, loving, beautiful Jewish people. I don't know if you can tell this, but I'm not like the most ehrlich person. You know, I give off that vibe, but I'm not really looks deceiving. But I enjoy coming here. I always have. I would highly recommend this for every single one of you, 100%.